Hello guys, in this episode I'm gonna tell you about what will happen after the 24th episode of first season. Roughly speaking, this is the story of the second season Tokyo Revengers. Well, let's get started. The 24th episode ended at chapter 73 and we began chapter number 74. Takemichi certainly didn't die, but he wakes up and sees nothing but hears someone's voice. He passes out again, and when he opens his eyes, he realizes that he is in some strange place under the bridge. The pain in his leg is still strong, and he understands that because of this injury, he passed out. Someone told him, "I gave you first aid." Takemichi turns around and it's as if he saw a reborn Bachi. In front of him a man with long, flowing hair and jacket stands, who he mistakes for Bachi at first. The guy turns around and it turned out to be Kazutora. Takemichi recalls that 20 years have passed and Kazutora should be free. Takemichi says they haven't seen each other for a long time, and he immediately gets punched to his face by Kazutora. Kazutora stands beating Takemichi non-stop. Takemichi doesn't know what to do, and after Kazutora said that one woman was beaten up like this recently, Kazutora stood up for her. Those who beat her were members of Tokyo Manga gang. Kazutora asks Takemichi, since when have Tokyo Manga members been beaten women with a group, leading him to contemplate what kind of organization Toman had become. However, Kazutora didn't care about Takemichi, that he only came to save Chifuya. When Kazutora realized from prison, Chifuya met him and offered him a ride. Chifuya told Kazutora that Tokyo Manga members are rotting, the police don't interfere, and that now they are really gangsters. Chifuya offers to return the old Toman. Kazutora says that Chifuya has always fought alone and asks Takemichi what he has been doing all this time. Takemichi realizes that he's also rotten in this future and that Chifuya has lost his partner Takemichi. Kazutora goes on speaking. With Toman growing on, everyone lost themselves and later became a servile to Kisaki, and who had already crushed the whole Tokyo Manga gang. Draken is the only one who can be relied on, but he's on the death row. Mikey has disappeared, and Kazutora asks where Toman is going. If Toman's means to grow larger from drugs, prostitution, illegal casinos and money lending, they have stained their hands. But is this age Mikey wanted to build? And these are the Tomans that Bachi wanted to protect? Asks Kazutora. Takemichi remembers Bachi's words and Mikey from his youth. Takemichi admits that these are not Tomans that he liked, and Kazutora offers to return the former Tomans. After they get into the car, Takemichi asks Kazutora that he has memory problems and that he will ask some strange questions. Takemichi asks why Tomans have become like this. After some thought, Kazutora says that because of the Mikey. Mikey changed and so did Toman. Takemichi asks how he has changed and suggests that someone may be behind it, or maybe it's all because of Kisaki. Kazutora says that when Takemichi grabbed Kisaki, Pachin and Peiyan were killed and it was done on Mikey's orders. Mitsui also started disappearing a few days ago. Mikey has started to clean up among Toman and that he no longer trusted his members. He's not a delinquent anymore. He turned into a real villain. Kazutora claims that he's also involved in the changed Mikey. Mikey is extremely dangerous right now and Takemichi needs to be hidden from them. But Takemichi doesn't understand from who. These were members of the old Black Dragon gang. They are the fighting power of Kisaki, and they are an obstacle to bring Mikey to his sense. Kazutora suggests that Takemichi unite, and he wants to save Sanomajiro. That's Mikey. Mikey is his nickname. Mikey's left hand is the former Black Dragons. Kazutora had problems with them even before their building Toman. They were ready to do anything for money, blackmail, and threats, murder the whole bunch of delinquents. The former members of the Black Dragons raised a lot of money, and after that Mikey started having problems. The secret account was revealed and it was going to block the cash flow. Well, the right hand is Kisaki, but Chifuyu didn't leave alone Kisaki. Chifuyu was killed because Kisaki was hunted. A detective contacted to Kazutora, who wanted to avenge Kisaki for his murdered sister. And of course Takemichi realized that was Naoto. It was Kisaki who gave the order to kill Hinata, and Hina's killer was Atsushi, and both died in the fire. Exactly the same was the last death of Hina. She was hit by an Akun and the car blew up. Kisaki couldn't be blamed. He had an alibi. He was at a meeting of the upper classes, where Takemichi was also. But Chifuyu had proof of how Kisaki gave the order, and there was only one step left to put Kisaki behind bars. But why did Chifuyu withhold this proof? At this, Kazutora stops and asks Takemichi to get out of the car. They stop near an alley and Naoto sees them, but suddenly Naoto arrests Takemichi, and Kazutora didn't know that he was about to be arrested. Takemichi follows Naoto to the police station, telling Kazutora that he didn't know that. It seemed to me here that Naoto also lost his mind. Everything seems to be not so simple. After arriving at the police station, Naoto shows Takemichi a video in which Chifuyu appears and greets Takemichi. He calls Atsushi and communicates with him like Gopnik in Russia from the 90s. This video was made by Chifuyu, and Naoto explains that everything changed too much rapidly. Firstly, Naoto and Takemichi no longer saw each other after high school, and that Takemichi never worked in the DVD store, but was always the top leader of Toman. And on 10th August, Hina was killed by Atsushi's hand. And then Naoto contacted Chifuyu. Naoto apologized for doing this to Takemichi because in his duties Naoto could only arrest Takemichi. Takemichi continues to watch the video where he sees that he himself gives the order to Atsushi to kill someone who Kisaki says. Then there is the following video from a hidden camera where Takemichi breaks everything in his office, angry at Kisaki that he ordered Hina to be killed. That Takemichi didn't know that it would be Hinata. Naoto says that this is the proof of Kisaki's guilty, and Chifuyu hide these videos to cover up Takemichi. Takemichi realizes that he killed Hina in this world, falls into despair and doesn't want to continue anymore, that everyone is dying anyway and there is no way to return Baji. But Naoto tries to convince him, and here he tells the most important information. It turns out that neither Kazutora nor Baji nor Draken were not in the first world when Takemichi didn't make a time jump, and I came to conclusion that Kisaki killed them all, and Takemichi's efforts were not wasted. They somehow survived up to this moment, except Baji of course. And Naoto asks Takemichi to change Toman, save her and unite them all, and tearfully asks him that Takemichi change this terrible world. Well, that's it guys. There will be the next episode. I see that you want more, and I'll continue to tell you this story. Don't forget to hit the like button and write comments below that what you think about situation that Takemichi got in, and of course subscribe. See you soon.